Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? My little inspirational song for this morning, because I know you can. That's today's message. I know you can. That's it. Wrap it up. Nah, let me stop. But good morning, Diane. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Trina. Good morning, Sparkle. Good morning, Aisha. Hopefully, I said that right. Good morning, Carlene. Good morning, Danny. How's everything going? If you feel like anybody needs a lift me up, inspiration, good word today, feel free to share this with anybody. Know that we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? That's my little advertisement. um 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 West Coast time Pacific. There you go. But hope everybody's doing well today. Keep my message very brief, very concise, very some repeating, some not, but um my message today is about clarity and emotional motivators. That's today's topic. And with that topic today, it was just inspired by what I'm doing these next 10 days, right? So on Saturday, I actually started a juice fast. Started a juice fast. And usually, I don't know if anybody ever have done a fast of anything, right? People usually do a drinking fast, social media fast, juice fast, like whatever it is. But just to let people know, like in general, what a fasting usually is for, or can be for, right? Because there's many reasons why. But usually, typically, is to gain clarity of something and give you time back to gain that clarity, right? So you can become whole and everything like that. So think about like when people go on social media binges, right? Guess how much time like people get back a day? Anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day, people get their time back. But now the trick behind that, right, is to supplement that time with something else. So, biblically, people would supplement that time they're getting back from social media or from cooking and stuff to pray, to devote, right? So now I'm coming to you today not to fast, right? But I want you to gain clarity. And by clarity, I want you to know like what internally you need for you to gain that clarity. So before I go, I know we usually start with a video. I'm gonna start the video at the end for today because sometimes I talk too much. But to gain clarity and emotional motivation, first I want to start off with these quick 10 things, maybe 12. I think it's 10, right? But just as I'm going through this reflection and everything, what I have written down was, right, is that the first thing you need to do to gain this clarity and to try to get these emotional motivators to find your purpose, right? Or to accomplish what you need to do is the first thing I want to encourage you to do is like take time to self-reflect, right? So if you're writing this down, write this down. If not, just take a mental note, right? Excuse me. So self-reflect, right? And I encourage you to really take the time to soul search, heart search, to deep dive, right? Reflecting on your personal values, your strengths, your passions, right? Because that can provide clarity into what you really want to accomplish, right? Self-reflecting. What do I really want, right? Because the cars will always change. There will always be a better model out there, right? But what inside that needs to keep you pushing and going, right? And then after you do the self-reflection, right? Sorry, that's on the phone. I don't know where it is. After you do the self-reflection, the second thing, right, is that I want you to identify your core values, right? Define what's really important. Like I know if you look at your favorite, oh, I'm recording already. Thank you. Um, so if I lost my place. Oh, core values, right? So core values, right? What you deeply care about can guide your decision making and action towards your purpose and align your life and what you're looking for. If you look at, some of the biggest companies out there, I dare you to go, like, I don't know if you're drinking coffee right now, Starbucks, Dunkin', just Google, like, what is this company's core values? And it'll be out there. And sometimes it's wrapped up into your mission statement, right? Not yours, but the company's. But it's the same for you. Like, what is your core values? Think about a relationship you may be in, right? You have values in the relationship, right? It's like, or if you want to think about biblically, right? There's 10 commandments. These were his values that people live by, right? And then after you set your core values, right? The third thing would be, and sound like a broken record with this, right? But set meaningful goals. Set meaningful goals. I always say set goals, right? That's easy. I want to lose 10 pounds, but set meaningful goals, right? Because now we're tying it all together. Once you self-reflect, once you get your core values, I want you to set goals that resonate with your emotional motivators, right? Because the goals that evoke passion and excitement are more likely to lead to a sense of fulfillment and purpose for you, right? And that's the key thing. It has to be for you. Don't let anything, or don't let anyone, I should say as well, set goals for you, right? Because we're used to, and I know it's a mindset thing too. Like, we grow up and our parents set our goals, our schools set our goals, our college set our goals, our work set our goals, right? So we got all this. So you're used to somebody telling you something, but you need to tell you, like, what are your goals, right? Um, Again, another repeat, right? But I want you to really, this is what I'm going through now. So as I'm talking to you, I'm really talking to myself as well. Is that practice this mindfulness, right? When you think of mindfulness, it's really like center. That's what mindful is. Being grounded, being centered, right? So mindful practices such as like meditation, journaling can help tune into your emotions and inner wisdom, right? Providing clarity. Again, I'm talking about clarity and emotional motivators, right? What's inside that's motivating you, not outside, right? So the two common things is meditation and journalism, but it could be exercise, it could be stretching, it could be yoga, it could be maybe you think better when you're listening to music, like whatever that is to you that puts you in a state of mind of thinking well, clarity, right? Praying sometimes is also practice mindfulness. These are the things that are internal practices that let things out. So then this way you can see things, whether it's good, bad, ugly, it becomes clear because now you got it all on a wall, right? You write it all out. All of it's not supposed to stick. Keyword, all of it is not supposed to stick, right? You just write it down so you can see it, right? So you can see it. And then with that, right, a little different here, right? But embrace the next thing. This is number, I think five, six. Number five, is embrace your vulnerable. I love this word, but I hate it. Vulnerability, right? So I want you to get uncomfortable to get comfortable exploring your fears, right? Because we usually run from that. So explore your fears, explore your desires, explore your aspirations, but without judgment, because with that, that leads to a deeper self-awareness. Now we're getting deep, right? Getting the ground roots and getting deep, right? So when be vulnerable with yourself, because usually sometimes we don't run towards our fear, not only because we're scared, but because we're worried of what we're gonna learn about ourselves and the truth about it. But once we learn these truths, we get to start bringing out the peace, the mindfulness, right? The clarity, bringing out that clarity, the clarity portion, right? And then from there, I need you to seek inspiration. Seek inspiration. And inspiration could be from a role model, it could be from a mentor, right? It could be somebody you look up to, right? Whether they're tangible or intangible, right? If it's somebody famous, go look at some interviews and YouTube videos of these people and see what they talk about and try to embody all the good things that you see from them, right? Like one person I look up to, right? Versus the million of people y'all probably see we play videos of is like Jay-Z, right? Big Jay-Z fan of not just his music, but his career and how he's grown, right? So seek that inspiration in YouTube and everything like that. And then this is a big kicker, of course. Take action. Are you taking action against the things you want to do, not with other people again, not the external factors, right? But are you taking action, right? So I encourage you when you're gaining this clarity, when you're getting when because you have that emotional fact motivating factor, right? To take small steps, consistent steps towards your goals and aspirations. Because action breeds your clarity, and even the small victories can reinforce your sense of purpose, right? So you're taking action, you're doing all these things, right? And then I want you to take a moment, right? This is the next thing, 8, 9, I lost count, that to take have a time to reflect and probably do this during your mindfulness is that have gratitude, be thankful, right? And cultivate that, right? Because it can shift your focus towards positive aspects of your life and foster a deep appreciation for your journey, leading to greater clarity and fulfillment, right? Because it's easy, right? Right. We always say this, me, Chris, and the team that comes on here is that like 60,000 thoughts a day are negative, right? But everything's based off the 10 to 20,000 positive thoughts. That makes a huge change. It's like that 80-20 rule, right? So take a moment to reflect. I would recommend either first thing in the morning and the last thing at night, right? It takes 2 minutes and be grateful for waking up in the morning, for the meals, for the job you have, right? I know the job may not be paying you well right now, but guess what? Something is coming in, keeping the roof over your head, the food on your table. So keep that, be grateful for that, right? I'm grateful for you for coming on this mindset, right? This is I was talking to somebody the other day and I was telling them like this is my ministry right here. Every time I get to come and convene with y'all, you are my ministry. So I want to pour all the goodness into you and speak life into you, right? Just like the song I played this morning. I know I can, right? Be what I want to be because you are the kings and queens, right? And some of you who have children were raising kings and queens, right? So we are that reflection and everything. And then as you go through this, right, the next thing is embrace your challenges, right? I want to encourage you to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and self-discovery because once you overcome that obstacle, we're just bringing it right back. It provides clarity on your strengths, values, and purpose, right? And then also, as you're going through these challenges, it lets you know your weaknesses. And people take that as a bad thing, but I don't want you to, right? Like say I got a call with somebody tomorrow. We was talking last week and I asked her, I was like, all right, I know what you're good at, but what are your challenges? And she was like, oh, well, I'm bad at marketing. Like, good, we identified the weakness. Now we got to fill that hole. You may want to learn about it, but also you could get somebody to do it for you, right? And it's just something that we get to that point of I must do it all, and that's not the case. You do not have to do it all, right? That's why we build teams. That's why we talk with other people. That's why we tell you, like, I know we've been let down in the past, right? But that can't be your future as well. You may go fast by yourself, but you will not go far. I promise you. I've seen it. I've seen it personally. And I'm sure that if you go back to your mentors, the people you look at, right? Things were built with people, not alone. They probably take the credit because they did most of the work. That's fine. But somebody had to build this computer in front of me, right? So this way I can get on with you. It's gonna take a team. It's gonna take different hands. You will get disappointed and everything, but embrace those challenges. All right. And then don't and always don't forget, right? And there'll be this the last point. Maybe I'll go to reading text or not, but this will be the last point too, is that I want to encourage you to connect with other people as well, right? Because no man is an island, right? No man is an island. So I want to encourage you to foster meaningful connections with similar values and aspirations, right? So get with like-minded people. You're here today on this morning mindset call, this gratitude call, this it's whatever you want to call this call, right? I know we call it the morning mindset, but it may be inspiration, it may be transformation, it may be motivation to you, but foster connections, right? Meaningful connections, that's the key word, right? With similar values and aspirations, so you can surround yourself with a supportive community that can provide encouragement, accountability, and clarity, right? For the life you want to live, for the purpose you want to live, right? And by just incorporating all these strategies, I truly believe you can gain clarity and lead with the emotional uh, motivating factor, right? For a greater purpose and fulfillment of your life, right? And you know what? I meant to say this in the beginning too, but like, what is this emotional motivator that I speak of? It could be your kids, it could be your mom, it could be a better life, it could be, breaking the generational curse. Like, whatever that is to you, that's what you have to define, because this is the thing that's going to change your life moving forward, right? Again, it's not about the cars. That the result of becoming a millionaire, right? The result is I get to buy $1 million car, $1 million house, right? That $250,000 car. That's the result. But what gets you there, right? Is the family, is the change that you want to become, that you want to be, right? These are the factors for you to really keep it going. And for somebody, and I say this in general, just that if you haven't tried this before, try it, right? Just try holding on to something that's not physical, that's inside, and tell yourself that every day, right? So I listen, and I'll give you another example. It's funny. Gary V said this years ago. He says it when he talks about his message over and over, but he says, somebody asked him, like, what motivates him to keep on going and become the person he is and everything like that. And he said that every day he wakes up, he thinks about his parents dying, right? And he cries. And he's like, if I don't do what I need to do today, then my family, my mom, my dad will not get the life I promised them. And that's why every day he wakes up and every day he goes to sleep, he thinks about, if I don't get what I need done before the day is up, then I'm not going to give them the life I promised them and I want to them. So that's on the extreme side of things, right? That's on the extreme side, but it is a motivation factor, right? So if you have kids, use them not as a crutch, but as a motivation factor. Right. So that is my message today. I got a video, so don't leave yet. I got a quick video. It's 5 minutes. Um, and it's about clarity too, right? And it's about, I want you to listen to what his name, for those who listen to music, rap, his name is Big Shawn. Just came out with this video a couple of days ago, but he speaks deeply. But I'm gonna play this video. Don't leave yet. Listen to the video. You promised me till 10. Keep your promises, right? And just with that being said, remember, guys, we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30 a.m. Make sure you share the link. The link is always the same. All right. And with that being said, I'm gonna play this video and then I'll see you on Wednesday. Y'all hear it?
Clarity.
No?
It really.
I figured that. Oh, that control. Hold on, sorry. Hold on. Share screen. Oh, there we go. It updated. That's why. Okay. Got it. Right here. Here?
Clarity. And really reestablishing your clarity. It's something I had to go over myself. But I realize we all probably dealing with time moving so fast and trying to keep up with ourselves. And I feel like that's when it really helps the most. You know, I feel like when you take the time to put that attention on your intention, that's the quickest way to get to where you are now to where you desire to be at, you know? And I feel like clarity is that bridge to that. And I'm just speaking from experience. I feel it could really turn years into months, you know? And life changes all the time, and it's all right to change with it. You know, I feel like we get caught up in like, oh, I made a commitment or I made a promise to this, and you know, you want to stick through it. But when you do something because you feel like you're supposed to do it, as opposed to because your heart's still in it or because, you know, because you love it, it's always going to show the results every time.
It sounds complete. It sounds like,
yeah.
It sounds cinematic. It sounds like timeless, honestly.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, the commitment to yourself is just first and foremost, especially if it's a job or a hobby or, you know, your passion. It's just, life is too short to play around with that.
That one, shit, I love that.
And also the perspective of being a new parent, you know, being a father, that's given me a lot of clarity. I remember one of our son's first doctor's appointments when he was still in mom's belly, you know, was when you see the baby's heartbeat. And we saw his heartbeat, and that was it. That was the very first thing present, was his heart. And it just put in perspective like, okay, wow, your heart is wise. You know, it's the wisest part about you. It knows. So you always got to be real with yourself. You got to, you know, listen to your heart.
It's too easy. It's too easy for you, man. I've been doing it for a minute, I see, man.
You've been doing it for a while, huh?
Yeah, you've been doing it for a minute, man. I see. It's too easy.
A lot of times the ego, the mind, a lot of things get in the way, but your heart knows, you know, so it's all right to check in with yourself and ask, is this what you still desire? Is this where my heart still is? Is this where my passion is? And that's why I feel like reestablishing your clarity really comes into play.
Well, fuck it, we standing together. Hey, standing together.
And you're the one that has to live with your results. You know, whatever it is you're doing, you're the one that has to look back on it and feel those feelings. It's this metaphor that applies to, you know, clarity. It's like, I forgot where I heard it from, but it's like you're on this journey of life and you in this car and you got this clean windshield and you with your family or your team or whoever, and it's a long journey, but as you go on, it rains, dirt, dust, everything, you know, it kind of dirties your windshield up, and you can still make it through, you can still see it, but It might just take a little longer. You know, you might not see all the beauty and magic life has to offer you. You still gonna make it, but we're not just here to make it. We're here to thrive in it, you know?
You coming in and giving me that I guess that eagle eye perspective is like just super helpful because like it's just like I needed. That's why I hit you up. I was so caught,
man.
Huh?
I'm like, it's some things on here that I'm like, oh, this is great. This is great. Like it. And again, I think your superpower is rapping, but like on a different level. Like words, the way you put words together is your superpower.
Thank you.
And then it's your biggest flaw.
So if you are feeling stuck or you just feeling like you're not in alignment with who you know you are, you know, which that leads to anxiety, depression, and all of these things that could just turn out to be a big waste of your time. It's just ask yourself, how clear am I on this? You know, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn your lessons. It's okay to be human. I wish you the clarity that sparks the blueprint to create the life you love, no matter what. All right, I'll see y'all soon.
Thank you, everybody. I show gratitude to everybody. Hopefully you loved the video and the message today, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday.